Hello, hello, hello. What's good, everybody? It's Tuesday night, so you already know we gotta go. It's Star Wars Day, so we're gonna be doing something a little bit different. Got a special request from, I guess, our art producer, Mr. Mr. Slayin himself. He says it's Star Wars Day, and so we should be doing the Bad Batch. So the quick Mr. Slayin himself. He says it's Star would not be a stream if I did not do it. I think there's 4 times in my life I got that muted on time. That's funny. But yeah, it is Star Wars Day. Looks like it's already getting glitchy. Hopefully this thing catches up and doesn't get too crazy. Man, I got to get this internet thing figured out. Pay for the top line fast internet, and it still wants to glitch out on me all the time. There it goes. Looks like it's kicking up. But yeah, it's Star Wars Day, and they just came out with the Bad Batch. I don't know how many of you have seen the Clone Wars or Rebels. Hey, what's good, J. Cruz? Yeah, if anybody, I know a lot of people probably haven't even seen this yet, so not sure how many are going to pop in today, but definitely, if you have not seen the Clone Wars or the Star Wars Rebels, I highly suggest it. If you're into anime, cartoons, anything like that, or even if you're just into Star Wars, because I absolutely hated all the sequels, but now that I took the time to watch Clone Wars and Rebels, I understand it more. They filled in a lot more of those backstories, and it makes a lot more sense, and actually like have a little more ties to a few more of the characters. And like I said, the storylines and the backstories are filled in, so I highly suggest anybody that's got Disney Plus, you're already paying for it, might as well use it to its full value, and yeah, definitely watch those, the Clone Wars and the Rebels especially, because those are not exactly made for kids or a fun watch, and they fill in a lot of the blanks. But they just came out on Star Wars Day with the big one, the Bad Batch. It's like the worst, or the best of the best, I guess I should say, of the clones. And they just kind of get off and do their own thing. They don't take a lot of orders. They're just kind of a bunch of rebels that do their own thing out there during the wars. And yeah, they only had like one episode on I think they had one episode on the Rebels, and they may have touched on them in Clone Wars. So it's nice to see them getting their own series, and I'm excited to see where it goes. And like I said, it's May the 4th, so May the 4th be with us all, and might as well check out the Bad Batch new Star Wars series. This one's called Aftermath. The first episode, and I like how it opened up in that familiar way with the talkover, and I liked even more how the first character tie into this series is Caleb as a young Padawan, and anybody who's seen Rebels knows Caleb is like the main Jedi in that one. So to see him as a young Padawan and see what happened to him and how he got to start and why he hates clones and all that, that was pretty tight. I mean, it got me sucked in right away because, like I said, I took the time to watch all those. It is a dedication. It's like 7 seasons with 22 episodes a season or something like that. It's insane. So yeah, you definitely got to check it out, man. It's they are worth it. If you like Star Wars at all, it's worth putting in the time. They are entertaining as hell, and like I said, they fill in a lot of the blanks. Like there's a character that they just put in here, Saul Guerrero. Like when I saw him in the actual movie, when Forrest Whitaker played him, I'm like, who is this guy and why do I care? But now after seeing all this, it's like it's showing me why I care and what happened to him and yeah, like who he is and all that. So everybody who read the books got to know that, but most of us haven't read any books about it and we didn't know. So yeah, watching the cartoons is just a quick, easy way to catch up on a lot of those characters. But it was pretty it's like, how badass does a Clone Force have to be? Like, how bad does Clone Force 99 have to be to already be that famous in the Clone Wars? I mean, basically all clones are fearless and made for war. So how big above and beyond does this crew have to be to actually be famous and known as like the bad boys of all of them? So that's just pretty sick in itself. And it looks like they have all the same voices from the Clankers and the clones, which is, real nice and familiar, getting to see all this or hear the same voices that we're used to. And just as the Bad Batch lead with Caleb, the Emperor executes Order 66, which is the order for all the clones to kill all the Jedi. And basically, I don't know why that it didn't work on them. We know they're a little bit mutated, and that's why they don't follow orders and kind of do their own thing. But it seems like it doesn't work on one of them. So I don't know. It's kind of weird that it worked on one of them, but not all of them. That kind of got me sucked in right away. Yeah, Andy's still alive. I actually just hit him up on Hangouts, and he's in the middle of final weeks for school. So as soon as he's done with that, he's going to catch up on a lot of these shows and jump back in. So literally just talked to him. He will be back soon. For sure, for sure. But Caleb hears his master being murdered and understandably no longer trusts any clones. And yeah, I don't know. Like I said, that was weird that like some clones seemed to be unaffected by the order, but for some reason Crosshair was the only one that it didn't seem to work. It did seem to work on him. He was ready to kill somebody. I don't know. They didn't really make that clear right away why that was, but we do find out later. And the clones head back to base to hear that the war is over, but find that their theory is correct and that like all the normie clones have been like infected by this implant protocol, and they no longer fight for the Jedi. They now fight for the Republic, or should I say the First Galactic Empire. So this is like the beginning of all the evil and all the movies and stuff. And I love how they're tying it all in. So it's all canon. But Hunter seems to notice that Omega during the big meeting, and the whole crew like meets her soon after that, and she's like able to recall the entire crew by name. Like she knows each and every one of them because again they are famous. But we're like, who is this little Omega character? And Tech was able to tell that she's a female child, but the origin was unknown. So is this like Omega a little baby clone grown? That's what I'm kind of guessing right out of the gate. And then when that alien scientist came to gather Omega, she said that she has a curious mind that causes her to wander, which I kind of thought was wordplay for wonder, or like a curious mind to wander. So basically, are they telling us that they just made a self-thinking clone that truly has a mind of its own? I kind of think that's the direction they're kind of taking us with this little Omega character, but she's definitely got me thinking. You've never liked clones? Oh, the whole cloning thing is creepy as hell if you think about it. I mean, you don't want another one of you out there. It'd be kind of cool, but it'd be kind of just creepy as, yeah, it'd just be weird. Just like Invincible, like you never know, like after a while, you don't know who's the real one, who's the original, and who's the clone. And that just gets a little misguided after a while. And if you do know, the clone would probably be jealous and want to take you out. So it's actually the number one. So I just don't know how that ever ends well. Yeah, clones are creepy. But Clone Wars is entertaining and fun as hell and worth a watch, for sure. But when Hunter asked, like, don't you have parents? And she kind of, oh, actually, like, he was, the Admiral Tarkin showed up on the Imperial base, and you already know, like, his evil ass is about to start trouble. And he's building a new army and he isn't sure, like, he needs to fork out all this cash for actual clone soldiers when, like, conscripted soldiers could be, like, gotten at half the cost. So he's already being a cheap bastard and starting problems for everybody. And he's pure evil, basically. And while at lunch, we see that little Omega girl is just a little shit starter. Like, was she so fearless because she knew she had all that backup of Troop 99? Or are we going to find out she's some, like, little ninja later? Like, I'm just all kinds of excited to see what's going on with this little Omega character. And when Hunter asked, like, don't you have parents? And she looked at him like he had two heads, like, parents? Like, I don't know. Didn't that just kind of confirm that she's definitely a clone? Like, she said parents. Like, what are parents? What are you talking about? And it's like she knows it, too. So that's kind of wild. Oh, that's where the sequel screwed up. They should have started at the beginning of the First Order. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't know. And they just had everything messed up. Like I said, I didn't even like any of those at all until I actually watched these Clone Wars cartoons. And like now, like they filled in so many gaps. Like now I understand. Now I care. So yeah, it is totally worth a watch and getting all that extra info. But after the food fight, the Clone Force 99 gets called in for a challenge to test their merit and leave it to Admiral Dickhead to use like live rounds on them. And of course they pass, and now the Admiral has a mission for them. And you just know this mission's going to be BS. Like no way he's giving them a real mission. Like I think he's sending them on some kind of suicide mission, or it's going to be something ruthless like that they'll never do, like find the rebel base and like kill rebels that are just trying, like not even fighting back right now, maybe trying to find a place to like hang out and just live because of what the Emperor's doing. But they're to track down and eliminate insurgent separatist forces in the Alderaan sector. And I was like, oh my God, is he sending them after Leia to go assassinate Leia? Like, that'd be crazy. Is that where they went and caught her or went and caught her? Like, that was messed up. And Tarkin also told us that the counter report was written by one of the 99 crew, letting the truth out that basically the Padawan was not killed back on Collar. And it's like, who wrote that report? Like, it basically has to be the Crosshair guy, right? The guy who's actually trying to kill the Jedi. And again, why is like that Order 66 working on him but nobody else? Like, we have no idea by now. So Omega tries to warn Hunter that Admiral Tarkin isn't on the up and up, and she like wants to go on the mission with him, but he's like, no, it's too dangerous. And she's like, it's too dangerous here too. Like, what's she mean by that? Like, what? Why did she say they need to leave Camino? Like, what all does this little kid know that she's not telling us? I mean, she's got answers, and I need to know them. Yeah, Rogue One was definitely dope. Definitely dope. Did you like the first three? Did you like the original three? Were you a Star Wars guy? Definitely. I was way more into Star Wars than Star Trek. That's for sure. I like the original. Growing up with them. But as Hunter's walking away, Omega called out, but when he answered, she said, "Never mind." And I'm like, what was she getting ready to tell this man? Like, what is it that she's holding on to that she's not letting us know? It's like, I like the way they're sucking us in. Like, tell us, little girl. It's like, we don't have time for this. Let me know what's happening. But Hunter knows there's something special about Omega, but can't quite put his finger on it. And I don't know. Like, again, I really want to know, like, what is so special about this little Omega? And is she a little ninja? Is she like the new and improved all-time best clone ever? Like, what's going on with this kid? And it's like, do you think it was a real mission that Tarkin sent these kids on? It's like, no way. I mean, it has to be a suicide mission. Like I said, a suicide mission or literally just an assassin squad mission. But either way, it's not going to be anything cool if he has anything to do with it. But it was cool when they got there that we saw, like I was talking about earlier, we see Saul Guerrero again and at a different stage of the war. And again, I did not care about this character at all when we were watching the regular movies. Like I saw this Forrest Whitaker and I'm like, oh, they just kind of threw him in here as another character. But now you go back and realize that this guy's got a whole story and he was like a complete badass through the war. So yeah, it's totally tight to see his like different stages and progressions through this war, like through these tunes. So that's the little backstories I like that they're filling in. What's up, Christian Doles? I see you out there. I love the original three. Also love Rogue One. Yeah, the best four probably. Absolutely. 4, 5, 6. Yep, originals, prequels were okay. The last three, blah. Yeah, exactly. And I don't know, the prequels, I didn't like it. I just was not a fan at all. But again, watching these, I'm a lot bigger fan now. But yeah, seeing Saul Guerrero back in the house and doing his thing, that was hella tight. I love that. And again, did not care about that character at all until I started watching these series. But if any of you guys haven't, definitely make sure you get those in because it will fill in the gaps. So Hunter hears the truth and decides to go back for Omega. And why is Crosshair so hellbent on just following orders? Like, their whole crew is famous for doing just the opposite. Like, this whole Troop 99 is famous for not following orders but still getting the job done. But for some reason, this Crosshair character just cannot get past it. So Hunter hears the truth and decides to go back for Omega. And I don't know. It's like there's going to definitely be a problem with this Crosshair character. So Omega gets caught going back, snooping around where she's not supposed to because she's in their cabin, like checking stuff out. And again, just a little wander or her mind wanders. It's like, I think those are all clue to what's going on with this kid. And she ends up getting taken. And it's like, does Tarkin want to kill this kid? Does Tarkin already know what she is? Like, does Admiral Tarkin know that she's one of the 5 that old girl was that scientist was talking about? Or is it just a little, I mean, he has to know it's a clone, but does he realize like how special it is? And like I said, I don't think he's the biggest fan of clones in the first place at all, like regardless of what kind it is. So our heroes make it back to Camino, and just like Omega warned, it wasn't safe, and Clone Force 99 is immediately taken into custody. But as luck would have it, our crew is thrown into the same cell as Omega, and Crosshair is still livid that they didn't carry out their orders. And just before he gets called away, Omega like sits next to him and says, "It's okay. I know what you're going to do." It's like, what is he going to do, and how does this little kid know? Like, what is up with this little character? She's tripping me out, and I need some damn answers. Oh, man. The Force Awakens was a remake of 4, but it was okay before the story went in 9. Exactly. And not even 9 directions, doubled up and went the same direction and then shut off on another offshoot. It's like, come on, man, what's going on with this? Oh, but then they brought in the Mandalorian and saved everything. That was great. The Crosshair gets taken away and scanned, and we see that his implant hasn't been as damaged as the rest of them, which is why he's still like trying to follow the orders. And Tarkin decides to turn up the volume, of course, and just turn him to an 11. So he's definitely going to be ready to probably take out his own team at this point. And our heroes break out and set out to rescue Crosshairs, but like you already know, this isn't a good idea. He's going to be a problem. And how does Omega always seem to know what's going to happen? Like she went and got that little bear for oh boy, and then she looked up and like before those guys even came, like she could sense that they were coming. Like how does she know everything? Is she a little Oracle clone or what? And Nala Se seems to be like on our hero's side. Like she even helps them help escape the Camino with Omega. So it seems like her and the Prime Minister are trying to stay neutral until they see the true intentions of this new empire. But I don't know. Do they have like a little side agenda for this little Omega character? Like what's going on with this Nala Se? But the fact that she helped our heroes escape kind of makes you have to think that she's a little bit tilted towards the good guy side, right? I mean, that's the way it kind of is coming off to me. I don't know. But yeah, it's wild. This is they definitely hooked me right back in. I was, like I said, I'm a huge fan of the Clone Wars and Rebels, so I was waiting for a new one. So the fact that they got this in, I mean, it was right on time. Been waiting for something new to watch, and this definitely looks like it's going to be it because they're already doing it. Like I said, first episode, it was a long one too, an hour and 14 minutes. I was like, God dang. I was ready to turn it on and see like a regular little 20-minute one, but nope, hour and 14 minutes. I was like, all right, they're trying to do it big right out of the gate. But Hunter asked if this is Omega's first time in space, which isn't it all space? Like, what do you mean is this her first time in space? You guys just came from space. But she replies like it's her first time anywhere. And then he also said like he was impressed with that shot that she made when she took out Crosshair to save him so they could get on the ship and get away. Like she said that was her first time picking up a blaster. So why is like this? How is she like just a sharpshooter her first time picking up a blaster? Like how is this kid so special? Like like I said, she has to just be like the new and improved super clone, I guess. But I don't know what's going to go on. She's like the Oracle. She can do everything perfect her first time, like just a natural at everything. Like what's going on? Like the Alpha and the Omega. Like she's going to be literally the baddest thing out there. So I can't wait to see what's up. But the crew are in desperate needs of friends and reinforcements, and it's a short list, but Hunter can think of one place to go, so he says, set a course for J19. What is J19, and who are they going to see? I mean, they just have so many things set up already. I'm like, I'm definitely psyched to see where they take us. And it looks like they're doing this new trend of only letting one episode out a week, so it'll be fun to try to figure out and see if we can figure some of these things out before they let us know, but yeah, I have no idea. Like, do you guys have any idea what J19 is? Like a sector or who's out there? Is there going to be like an Obi-Wan coming up? Is it going to be sick where Yoda's at on Dagobah? Going to go pick up Yoda and talk to them? I mean, what's up in J19? Where's that at? Is it some old school clone friends? Are they going to hook back up with Caleb? Because like we got shot a little Caleb and then he ran away and then that was that. Like, does he really not see them again until Rebels? I mean, it seems like they would have to interconnect a little bit. But even in Rebels, like, he was not a fan of clones. So, I don't know. But I hope we get another. We got to get another Caleb sighting as a young Jedi. I think that's dope. I've been doing Jedi training on my Oculus. The blaster is a clumsy weapon. Oh, you got to love the callbacks to the originals. Absolutely. So yeah, this one looks like it's going to be dope, and I was all ready to come out and knock out Invincible 3 and 4, but it's like I said, my boy said it's May the 4th. You got to do the Star Wars one, so here we go, jumping on the Star Wars train, and it looks like we're going to be doing the reviews of the last batch, the Bad Batch. That's the latest and greatest from Disney. Oh, you guys got to check it out, though. It is definitely entertaining. I could not believe it was an hour and 14 minutes, though. That was crazy. Oh, a mining planet, or it would have a name. Could be. I don't know. Somebody's got to be living out there. There's got to be some desolate area that somebody's hiding out at. So yeah, I can't wait to see who it's going to be. Who's going to be our new hero's friend? He said it's a short list, so there's only so many people it can be. I mean, these are breakaway clones. You just think it's got to be Kenobi or early Vader. I don't know. Is Vader already on the dark side? Like, which side is he on? If this is the Clone Wars just ending, I mean, he's just kind of getting in with Palpatine. So, yeah, I don't know. He could still kind of be on the good side. So it'll be interesting. So, yeah, I can't wait to see it. I'll keep this one short and sweet, right under 20 minutes. I might break back on here and do a little Irish stream. We'll see what's up. But I want to thank you guys for stopping in. And yeah, definitely make sure you check it out. Get on Disney, check out The Bad Batch, because that's going to be the new one we're talking about. And then, yeah, definitely be back on Saturday, getting back into Invincible, talking about that crazy cartoon, because that was nuts. So I hope you guys are having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. Until we see you next time. Be easy.